rest will be joining. I'm happy to welcome you all today at our educational seminar, Chess for Kids with Autism Spectrum, Learn and Teach. We are about to start our new 7th stage of the project in February, and I'm very happy that we have the opportunity today to discuss a very important and interesting topic, and to learn something from our distinguished speakers. And we are thriving in the 23 countries now, and we hope that we will just grow. And we already reached all the continents, and this is a very inspiring for all people involved in the Infinite Chess project. Today we have many distinguished guests with us, and I'm very happy to turn the floor for them to greet all the participants. And we will start from the Deputy Chair of FIDE Management Board and our supervisor of the project, Dana Reznice.
Thank you, Maria. It's once again a great honor for me to be here and welcome you in the first edition of 2025 Teachers and Instructors Seminar. This is the 7th season already of Infinite Chess, and this is the first month and probably our first major event within the social year of chess that has been announced by FIDE. So as Maria already told, it is indeed one of the flagship events, flagship projects of FIDE, 23 countries, 6 languages, dozens of kids that have been undergoing the training and have been instructed by very smart, very capable, very dedicated teachers and instructors. And we are so happy that we have you, and that we have you already for several years, and you continue your dedicated work, and the family of Infinite Chess expands. Last year was a really good year with new countries coming in, with seminars, with conferences hosted, both online and offline. And this year we will continue this this celebration of chess being used as a social tool within the social year. Andrea will present the whole concept of 2025. But indeed, April will be the big months for you, for Infinite Chess, where all the achievements will be especially highlighted. But it doesn't mean that we work only 1 month. It means that starting from this very day, the team is fully dedicated, and will work hard to reap some more benefits this year. You know, when I was thinking of the special words today, I somehow remembered this saying that a teacher influences and creates the eternity, because indeed they cannot know where the influence ends. And I was thinking that it is really so that a teacher with even one word sometimes can, you know, change the whole life of a kid, and can either, you know, bring them to the sky, or sometimes also the influence may not be the best. And this is why it's very, very important for us that it is really professional people, inspiring people who work with these kids. And indeed, if you change the life of one kid, I believe that that's like, you know, lightening up another star in the universe, and you really influence the entire eternity. So thank you once again for being here today, for being ready to teach others, for being ready to learn from the others, and thus make our Infinite family stronger. Every move matters. That's the slogan of our year. So you make the smart moves, and you make the moves in our game of chess.
Thank you very much, Dana. You're a very exceptional example of motivation and inspiration each time. Thank you very much for your kind words. And as you mentioned, we also have here the chair of Social Commission in FIDE, Andre Wagtlin, who has honored us with his visit, despite of the other seminar, right, at that time. And I'm happy to help you, Andre, with your presentation now.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me the floor at the beginning of your seminar. And I also greet Dana Reitzitzer-Zola, who was initially I have to say this. She had the idea, and as a chair of the Social Commission, I said, well, if we develop such a huge project for the world, it's for us like Christmas. So thank you very much, Dana. And hello, everyone from the field of autism. I'm very pleased to give you some insights on our social chess year 2025 with the slogan, Every Move Counts. It's, I think, an initiative who should be worldwide and should tackle all the topics of social chess in the world. And we try to connect everyone, and that's why I also have a big interest to present to you this today. So please, next slide. So the Social Chess Year is a global initiative and should develop us through this year, but also in the future. We want to have not only this year a big improvement in social chess, but the years coming afterwards. So our interest is to bring together all the people who develop their time and their skills for social chess in the world, and to bring them together and connect them. We have a website where all the projects will be mapped, and we will have different initiatives throughout the year. I will show it afterwards. And one big topic besides networking is sustainability. So we hope that all this work done this year will go on. Also your work, of course. And we want to be global. You are already with 25 countries practically global, but we have a lot of other project fields where we try to get at your level. And we will also work especially on research and documentation. And how does this year look in terms of the timeline? We have 12 tiles, 12 months, where we have different activities. And we start the year with the World Social Initiative Marathon. This is tomorrow. We will have 2 3-hour workshops where we present different social initiatives. I think also one in autism. And this will be the start of the world, world social chess. And I think it's very important to say to you that we very much like your initiative and your dedication for autist children. I also visited one school in Pune, where I was really happy to see what work can be done with chess. And this goes on also in other areas. So we will have in February a research conference to find the very important studies who shows the benefit of chess for social. And this will be in February on the 22nd. And there will be also an Infinite conference in Abu Dhabi from February 3rd to 5th, where I will also be present there. Then in March, we have Elderly Chess, a new project where we will try to connect all the initiatives in elderly chess. This is an online conference. And in April, it's your month with Infinite Chess, where we will have an online conference on the 2nd of April. Then we come back to our biggest project, Chess for Freedom, where we try something new, continental championships. We had until then only the global one, but we would like to go a step deeper in it, where we have also in-present workshops and conferences. So for this project, where we are in 50 countries, we would like to go on and to also perhaps open you some new countries, because if we network, we open also for other projects the possibility to go in. Then Chess for Protection, FIDE is very active in Kakuma, and we have very good relations to UNHCR, and we hope to also expand this dimension, Chess for Protection, in other countries. So this will be a very important month for us as well. In July, we have the Chess Against Addiction project, who is also based in my city, Basel, in Switzerland, where we have a very interesting project. So this could also be something for you to be interested in, because it has a lot to do also with brains, with brain activities in the addiction setting. We will keep you posted on our website. Then the Chess Day, 20th of July. Here we have different ideas. If you have also ideas, come to us and tell us about it. We plan to have a Chess Day in Biel in Switzerland with a social chess format tournament, but this is still in planning. In August, we have Women in Chess. This is a month where we will have different activities with chess for women. And in September, a new topic, chess and health. There we have different countries coming to us with interesting projects, like France, for example, and the disability group. This is also a separate commission like the Women Commission, but we work together. All the commissions work together in this year. This is very important because we want to do a work for the world and not for commissions. Chess for Education is in October, together with the 5th Chess for Freedom Championship. And I can tell you this is the 5th time we have this global world championship, and also our 5th birthday of the Social Commission. A wonderful opportunity to go deeper in these topics. In November, we have the Social Chess Conference, hopefully in India, and a documentary film contest where you can participate with your videos, your documentary of your project, and these projects will get prizes. I think a big opportunity to have so many projects in our database after this to go on in the next year. A review in December is planned, where we show all what has been done during this year, and look it like that we work for all these social groups. So every idea we can tell the world or tell the projects, project leaders in these online conference can help to grow in other countries the same opportunity. So we work together. Next slide, please. And here it's very important that you find us. So my colleague and assistant, Lasma Koko Revica, she is doing a huge work now for this social chess year. She is organizing, connecting the dots all over the world. And if you have an input, an idea, or a question, just drop us an email, and we will bring you also on these online conferences to deepen the discussion we need to talk about. And we try to be on all social media platforms. And this is our colleague Boris Brun, who is shooting these stories, these informations all over our platform. And I'm really excited to present this to you in the spirit that your project, your discussion today is hugely important for the chess world, And I would like to thank you. I would like also to thank the FIDE office for their help to us. And let's go for social in chess. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andre. It's a big honor for us to be pre-openers of the marathon, which starts tomorrow, right? As we are also participating in it with the interview of our partner from South Africa, Kanti Sarju. She will present tomorrow her priceless experience of being in the project for 3 years and all the benefits and, of course, challenges which she faces during the implementing the infinite chess. So I'm sure that it will be a great opportunity to listen and discuss and learn from all the speakers and guests who will be joining us today and tomorrow. Thank you very much. And another distinguished guest and our leader of Infinite Chess Project, Anastasia Sorokina, is also here to welcome us all. Anastasia.
Thank you, Maria, and hello, everyone. Good day, good evening, good morning. I will not take long your time because Andre and Dana already actually present everything, and Dana always inspiring us. And for those people who didn't know the history of the project, the project actually started with the biggest support of Dana. When I came with an idea and with our previous experience, so Dana supported this from scratch actually. And now I just want to say thank you for all who are present today, for this beautiful community who are helping kids with autism. As we all know, that our special kids, they don't have a lot of opportunity to participate in different sport, but chess is one of the topics that they can complete in different ways, but still, and I'm very thankful for all of you and for your time, for your effort. And I'm very proud that we are one of the flagship FIDE social project, and we are participating, and we actually proudly open, as Maria mentioned, this marathon that will held tomorrow, and we will have more activities during this year. I would like to thank our main people who wrote the program for this project, Ala and Natalia, who is always accepting our invitation and join us for all initiative. And of course, our Maria, the face of our project, and the hands and face of our project. Without her help, we will not be able to reach the levels that we reach now. So thank you very much for your work, guys. That means a lot for all of us, for FIDE, and on behalf of myself and FIDE, I would like to thank you, to wish you good luck for the next stage, and to be active during the social years, that it's very important for FIDE. Enjoy today's session, and I hope we will have fruitful year as we had before. And thank you to our technical support, Ilmas, who is always with us to make this event happen. So thank you again. Enjoy the session. If you have any question anytime, you can post it in chat here, or you can contact us via our email or website. We also in the progress to open social media, but maybe Maria will tell you about this later on. Thank you, and see you later.
Thank you, Anastasia. Yes, about the question, I'm encouraging everybody to ask the question. There are no silly questions, but unasked. So please, if you have some, you can write it in the chat. You can write it after the speakers will finish their presentation. We will have the question and answer section. And of course, if we have something after the event, we're always open at our email to respond to you. And now we're starting our educational part, and we begin with the very important moment when we speak about new partners or about people who are thinking on joining us this is the preparation to the project start. What you need to think about, what you need to do first, what to consider before you start Infinite Chess project in your region, in your school, maybe if you're a parent, just with your kid. And I'm happy to invite Alla Mishchenko to speak, our co-author of FIDE Handbook and special needs assistant for more than 22 years of experience already. Alla, I will help you with the presentation and please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. So happy to see new faces and old faces. Our Infinite Chess family is growing. I would like to start with the nice quote. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming task into small, manageable tasks and starting on the first one. The quote by Mark Twain. You have decided, you have heard about the Infinite Chess, and you decided to join the project. What are your first steps are going to be? Of course, you need to select your students and you have to organize your classroom. We often get questions about what if my student has not only autism diagnosis? About 3/3 of autistic children are diagnosed with the co-occurring disorder. 1 in 10 have ADHD. About 40% kids have an anxiety. 10 to 20% diagnosed with depression. A lot of kids have different eating disorders. If you work with autistic kids, you know this. They're so picky eaters. They have different problems. Like they will eat only, for example, couple foods. They will avoid some foods. That's a lot of, up to 70% of autistic children have atypical eating disorders. Intellectual disabilities and developmental delay, language delay, motor difficulties. You can look at the numbers later. OCD. It's with OCD, it's tricky because it's hard to know how common OCD is among children, because autistic children, because of the repetitive behavior. But researchers say that's about 10% of autistic children have OCD. A small percent would have bipolar disorder and Down syndrome. Seizures and epilepsy, and a lot of them, like a lot of kids with autism, have sleeping problems. And of course, autistic children with all these co-occurring conditions are welcome to join our project. Okay, now if you select your students, and what you're gonna do, you select your students, you have to gather as much as possible information about your students, about their needs and strengths, where you can get this information. If you work at school, like if you're a teacher at school and decided to organize club, if you're doing your project based on special needs school, definitely you will talk to the students, teachers, educational assistants, other staff who are involved in kids' education in the school. The crucial is to meet with the parents if it's possible, because parents have a lot of information they can share with you, and develop a relationship with parents very important. You have to gain trust and build relationship with parents. If you don't have like you cannot, if you cannot meet your parent, for example, your kids are your project is in school and your kids are bused, like my kids, you don't see parents every day. That's why it's important to choose the method of communication with the parents. It could be notebook, which you send back and forth. It could be text messages, but communication is very important because parents can give you the crucial information to deal. We will talk a little bit later about the behavior, to deal with the behavior. It's very important to visit the school or classroom prior starting your project. You know that kids with autism like depend on predictability, and predictability is very important for them. That's why you have to, no, ideally take the children before you start classes to the classroom. You, it's possible introduce to the staff who are gonna be involved in the project. If it's not possible, but you have good communication with the teachers or parents, you can create the social story and tell this story to the student. The parents can get them prepared. Now be prepared to deal with the challenging behaviors. And it's, you could be a teacher who already teaching the special needs kids, then you're familiar with your students and you familiar with the autism and problems you can face. But you may be just a teacher who, like the trainer who decided to start our program. In this case, you need to, I don't know, to gather information and to get some basic info on autism. It's very important, Natalia will talk about it, to have, your kids will have different needs, different behaviors, and some of your students will need to have one-on-one support. That's why having tutor or educational assistant in your classroom is very, very important. They can provide not only learning support, but they will provide emotional support as well. Now I would like to talk about your classroom organization. This too, where is your classroom gonna be? In the special school, you're just doing the lessons during the day or after school. In the regular school, on the side, it's gonna be club or community center. One of the more important things too, it's will you share your classroom with someone, or it's going to be your individual classroom? If you share a classroom with someone, it will be not easy to organize this classroom. You know, you have the detailed recommendations how to organize your classroom. But if you are sharing the classroom, Natalia, I think Natalia will have examples. If you have to think about easy setup of your classroom. Think of removable equipment and visuals. If you have individual classroom, for sure it's going to be much easier. You're going to permanently arrange your classroom, and you don't need to do any adjustments every class. And because in the shared classroom, you know, it's how important all the sensory, the lights, the noise. You may not be able to like easily rearrange the classroom If I can have next slide, please. Adjust lights, for example, reduce noise. And the individual classroom, you set it up and based on your kids' needs, and it's going to be easier, much easier for you to manage it. But no matter it's your shared classroom or individual classroom, you must have the calm down corner. This is very important. And actually, yesterday I attended a very interesting workshop about calming strategies, and one of the presenters showed us this little easy removable folding version of calm down corner. Actually, her husband made it, and she said it's cost me like $10 because I bought the curtain in the secondhand store and this couple pieces of wood, and it's foldable. You can see, you can just fold it and you can store it, and it's not taking any place. When you go to your shareable classroom, you unfold it, and there's the yoga mat, and you can put bin with different fidgets and toys. We have a lot of information on our website, and anytime it's very difficult to talk about it in general because you know that children with autism, they're so different. If you have on any stage of your project, you can always call me. You can always email me. Once we spoke with our partners in Africa, and they told me about their specific problems, and we were able to discuss it. It's much easier when you know exactly what problem is, and then you have strategies and ideas how to help. And now I think Natalia will tell you about her own experience. Thank you very much. Bye.
We're not saying bias yet. Just thank you very much, Alla. Just to be a bit of information that we will publish the recorded video of this seminar at our website, and for sure we'll publish all the presentations of the speakers. If you missed some material or missed some numbers you were interested in, don't worry. We will share it later this week. Thank you very much, Alla. And yes, we will turn on to the next presenter, Natalia Popova, Women International Master, FIDE trainer, and the person who was starting the project when it was starting from scratch in the very beginning, with a very important topic, handbook overview. This handbook was written in 2021 and now is available at our website at 6 languages, free of charge. So you can download it and use it. Natalia will share with you some tips how to use it properly and wisely. And of course, a very important moment, the lesson peculiarities you may face with during the project start. Natalia, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Maria. Dear colleagues, let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Natalia Popova. I am a chess teacher, FIDE trainer, and co-author of the FIDE Infinite Chess Handbook, How to Teach Chess to Children with Autism Spectrum. And today I will going to tell you about our classroom equipment, our classroom organization, how we decorated our classroom, and I will also tell you about the program and its basic principles. As you can see in the picture, we prepared for each student a separate table, and feedball chairs and put on each table a timer for every child to see how much time is left until the end of the lesson. I want to say a few words about these timers. From the first minutes of first lesson, we realized that these timers were distracting students because they were only looking at these timers and did nothing. So it was necessary to remove them all and put one on the teacher's desk. The second adjustment to the class equipment considered the feedball chairs, because one guy immediately pierced this feedball chair with a pencil, so it was necessary to replace it with an ordinary one. And after first lesson, we've decided to replace all these feedball chairs because they were also distracting students, because all my students were jumping on these chairs and did nothing as well. So we replaced all these feedball chairs with regular ones, and then it was okay to conduct classes with my students, exceptionally all these all other issues, as I can say like this. As you can see, behind the students' workspaces, we set up a floor chessboard in white and black color scheme. Speaking about the chess equipment, I want to say a few words about the demonstration board and pieces. Demonstration board and pieces were made at my request in a special color scheme. As you can see, the squares are white and dark gray, and pieces are white and black, contrasting with the squares. Why did I use this particular color scheme? I wanted the colors to be as close to the concept of white and black as possible. But of course, you can use whichever demonstration board that is board and pieces that are more suitable for your students, for needs of your students. After first year, we had to move. We had to move to another building, another classroom that was housed in the chess school, and we had to share the classroom with other students of the chess club, of the chess school. So as you can see in the picture, I added an extra empty table between students' work spaces, so they could put their workbooks, worksheets, visual cards, pencils, pieces, so they wouldn't fall on the floor. And we also create a place for resting during the break, and we added some table games that develop logical thinking, speed of thinking, etc. What conclusion can be drawn? Yeah, that the classroom organization, classroom equipment can be modified over time to meet the needs of your students. And now we go to the program and its basic principles. I want to say a few words about that. Education and methodological material is divided in two sections rather than separate lessons. Simple exercises are used to explore concept gradually increasing in complexity. And also, of course, our program contains active chess games and cognitive activities. Our program is divided into 16 sections, so there is no time limit or deadline for finishing each section. So you can study each section, each concept for as long as you need. All sections in the program are interconnected. As you learn new topic, new concept, you repeat the previous ones. It's my idea of all our sections. And the mini chess games are introduced at the early stage of learning. The main ideas of such mini games are as follows: to prepare students for the game as a whole, and to prepare students for the concept of alternating moves. This is the main idea of mini games. Okay, the next basic principle of our program is to gradually increase the complexity of the exercises. For example, topic hook, exercise 4, you see it is suggested to capture only one piece with the hook. But in exercise 5, it's already suggested to take 2, 3, 4, and 5 pawns with the rook. So every child in every exercise could complete as many tasks as he or she is able. I love I love exercises that develop cognitive abilities, and in my experience, most students love them too. Main goals of such exercises are as follows: to improve students' attention, visual perception, working memory, the ability to compare, the ability to count, etc. Very interesting exercises are in our program. I want to say a few words about my lessons, general ideas. Of course, during the lesson, I worked both on the demonstration board and with every child on their individual boards. And of course, in the very beginning, working on the demo board took very little time at all, but I gradually expanded this time frame. But in my experience, individual work with the students is more important than with the whole class. And it's very important part of the learning is homework. Yes, it was my concerns, it was my thought about how can I help students and their parents to repeat current or previously learned topic at home. That's why before every lesson, I printed out exercises. And then during the class, during the lesson, all students did these exercises on their individual boards, their real boards, and then tried to transfer the solution to the printed exercises with circle, arrows, other lines, etc. So after that, they can repeat all these exercises with their parents at home, using all this navigation with circle, arrows, etc. I also gave them additional homework assignment that were very similar to what we did in the classroom. And of course, after each lesson, I spoke with parents and I explained them how it went, what we did in the classroom, and what they need to pay attention to when the child would do the homework, for example. And for this purpose, I also created a set of visual cards. You see here one of them, name pieces and how they look in on the real board and how they look in the book, for example. And of course, I laminated all these visual cards so children couldn't damage them. And the main ideas, the main goal of these visual cards are as follows. First, to help me explain the new topic, new concept, to help children understand the new topic, new concept better. Especially, I use these visual cards when I worked with children this child who has a poor speech perception or poor speech ability. And also these visual cards help student to practice current and previously learned topic at home. They can repeat, for example, name of pieces, value of pieces, etc. So it's very important part of learning. And in conclusion, I would like to say a few words about our program. Our program should be considered as a recommendation. Of course, you can create your own visual cards. You can add your own exercises. You can create your own maybe concept cartoons that are more suitable for your students. You can add your own teaching techniques and methods that best suit your students. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Natalia. Thank you. It was a great roadmap of our handbook, and I'm sure that if anyone have any questions, you are welcome to ask them in our group chat or after the presentations. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
yes, great. Great. Yes, the most important thing is that we recommend, all we speak today that is recommendation, because it is impossible to measure the work with children on autistic spectrum. So this is a guide for you to follow. And you are welcome to adjust, to remaster it, and we're always open to your advices based on your experience and expertise. And moving forward, I want to mention that we already touched the topic about autism and other special conditions, but there are so many of them that it is hardly possible to number all. But we will try. Our next speaker is a speech language therapist and our partner from New Zealand, Evgenia Cheromova. She will share with you her experience of working with kids who were not only autistic but had additional special conditions, and how she adjusted the recommendations we gave her in the very beginning to her particular situation. Evgenia, are you ready?
yes, Tim. Can you hear
Great.
me? Yes, you can hear me. Okay, great.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay, so my name is Evgenia, and I'm a speech language therapist. I'm also a chess player, and today we will talk about some of like the autism spectrum and the special conditions and adapting experience. So at the start, I want to talk about the project and how it went at the school that I was doing chess at, and then different conditions, some of the things that is important to look at, such as language assessment when working with kids, accessibility, and cortical vision impairment, and how I adjusted the board for the kids to see it better. That's the school that the project was done at, the Parkside Specialist School. And there was some of the outcomes that we had was increased interest from teachers at the end of the 2 years. So we had about 4 or 5 teachers who started teaching chess to kids. Especially it worked really well with some of the kids that that needed some extra support with behavior, that had some behavior challenges. We had peer teaching initiatives. Also, it supported, I think, helping, like Chess House helped some of the kids develop confidence. And just give me 1 second. And also develop with helping with leadership skills. And one of the things that I think one of our biggest outcomes was that the school has agreed for us to have the first tournament in New Zealand for chess players with disability. And that will help us to raise awareness and also support chess players. One of the students that I taught, this was his 2nd year, his name is Ocean. He said that chess has helped him to make friends, helped him to develop leadership skills, it's also actually supported him with public speaking and helped him gain teaching experience. Just let me know, please, if you can't hear this audio. This is Ocean explaining chess to students. So I guess this is a success story because when I started teaching Ocean 2 years ago, he didn't want to stand in front of the board, the chess board. He didn't want to explain like some of the chess concepts to other kids. I think it maybe made him a bit shy. And this year, when we started doing chess again, I asked him if he wants to try teaching, and he said yes, he does. This was also, I guess, due to his teacher because she put a lot of effort into him into developing those skills. But because he knew chess quite well, I think chess supported him with being able to speak in front of other people and just teaching the skill that he knows.
Have to be moved, or queen if you're doing it on this side. Long castling and short castling. And how you do it is you move the king and the rook.
All right, so that was Ocean teaching other kids how to castle. This is Ocean and Riley explaining to the videographer what a checkmate is.
Yeah, the top of the rooks and the queens. Oops.
Will show me how can the movement? Yeah, exactly.
This is Riley. So his I asked him a couple of questions about when he started learning chess and what did he like about it.
Why do you like chess?
I like chess so much so I can make friends.
Why do you like chess?
I like chess so much so I can make friends and play with them.
And are there any other reasons why you like chess?
It's given me new experience to move other pieces in different directions.
How old were you when you started playing chess?
I am thinking maybe 18 years old.
Right. And I guess one of the things that we need to be aware of when we teach chess is some of the conditions that kids can have, as well as autism or or not have autism and have these conditions. So things like attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and I guess being aware that the kids might be a little bit impulsive and just being prepared for that. Having a very structured environment also helps quite a lot to help them, so to support them being calm. Global developmental delay, and that means maybe just repeating more and giving more information to these kids. Epilepsy. Sometimes it's useful to ask what can set off the epilepsy. It could be flashing lights. It could be the light, which is too bright. It could be the child might maybe the child doesn't have enough water. It might be too hot, and obsessive compulsive disorder, and also avoidant. I can't really see it here. Avoidant disorder. So I guess for that type of disorder, it might be always good to give options instead of actually telling the child what to do. So understanding who is the student is quite useful in terms of knowing how to plan the lesson. So the diagnosis, if they have any vision or hearing impairment, are they on any medication, and any triggers, what are their likes or dislikes, and also what is their motivation. In terms of language, so understanding how much the student can understand. Sometimes what I do, especially with kids that speak, they have quite developed language. I ask them who is in the picture, what is the person doing in the picture, where is the person, to understand how much they can understand when you ask them. Understanding what their spoken language is like. Do they use vocalization, or do they use gestures? And also how they can use the language. So are they able to ask questions, for example, when they don't understand something? And also, I guess this is probably one of the main things, is trying to keep the student calm and relaxed, just because that will support them with their learning. This video is about a student or a child that has autism, and it just shows her experience about how she sees the world. I'll just play just part of it.
I can't wait for a coffee. Oh, hello, barista.
What do you girls want?
Skim soy latte? Taryn, soy can't be skim.
Hot chocolate, orange juice?
No, Dad, I want a coffee. Hot chocolate? Great.
So, I was thinking of going to Sarah's later. Could you give me a ride?
Yeah, sure. Are you cool with taking your sister?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I have my own plan.
Carly.
So I guess from this video...
Okay, I'll see you tonight, okay?
You can see that girl is reacting quite a lot to the different types of sounds, different types of light, and it does make her feel quite anxious. Just being aware that some might experience things in a different way. So paying attention to visual stimuli, so this is basically the sensory input that we all have: the visual, the smell, the audio, the proprioception, and also the vestibular. So understanding if the environment is too noisy, too bright, and maybe there might be too many people, or there is a different type of smell, so that we know if the child might be might become anxious because of that. So what are the type of things that might help them calm them down? Might be going on a swing, might be a weighted blanket, going on a trampoline, or having a fidget toy. Also, when the lesson, when you're planning for the lesson, it's important to have a very good fun and work balance, so that there's actually more fun than work, because if there's too much work, the students might not pay attention to that. How to organize the classroom. So I think from my experience, having a visual schedule always helps. Having time out cards for the students if they feel they want a break. Reducing visual clutter, especially for students that have ADHD, and having first and then cards. This is alternative access. So this is a core board. So understanding if the students need to have something else to help them communicate, such as a core board or an iPad, or a switch. I'm just going to show a quick example of
just took to it.
Together, can we count them?
This is the child using an iPad.
Yeah, there's
green.
And we're talking about different colors.
Purple.
We started talking to.
And I'm going to talk about cortical vision impairment. So also understanding about their vision. So cortical vision impairment is not due to them having bad vision. It's more about how the brain I guess processes the information. And so I'm just going to read it out because it might be easier. So the cerebral visual impairment, sometimes called cortical vision impairment, is a disorder caused by damage to the parts of the brain that processes vision. And something that helps with that is having conscious visuals. Like if you have a core board like this, there's too many things, there's too many colors. It might be helpful to, for example, put a piece of paper over half of it, or just use part of it, just because the student won't be able to see everything. The way the student, if you ask them to find, for example, happy, they might not be able to find that visual just because there's too many other things going on. Having too many lines on the piece of paper, having too many colors also makes it hard for the student to see. So reducing the number of lines and reducing the number of colors. Making it very high contrast, for example, yellow or red on black background. So like I mentioned before, less lines, highlight the object, use contrasted colors, and reduce visual clutter. Also, another thing as well, if you're trying to help them see something, it might be useful, for example, to move that object, because a moving object actually helps them distinguish it between the clutter. One of the reasons I've changed the color and the pieces is because it helped, I think for the students, it might be helpful to see it, because you can see the red easier on the green, or on the white, instead of, for example, having the black on black or or the white on white. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Again, I remind everyone that if you're interested in some information from the presentations or videos, you will find them all at our website after the seminar. And yes, apart from additional conditions which we meet with autistic kids, we also very often asked about very important moments, the behavioral challenges, and which is the crucial thing, and the topic for discussion is involvement and expectations of parents, how to work with them, how to deal with them, how to prepare them, and how to arrange the safe environments, not only for kids, but for parents as well, to build a very, very strong team to succeed in our Infinite Chess project. And I'm honored to present Dr. Ankita Shangali, who will share her expertise as the founder and director of Innocent Time School in India. Please, Dr. Ankita, can you share your vision on this matter with us today?
Good evening, everyone from India. Thank you, Maria. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. So it was very insightful to listen to all of the presentations. Well, I am going to talk about my real-time experience in my school since the time we started the chess project. So in September 2023, we commenced our project of chess. We had a chess coach from the Chess Academy here in Pune who visited us and gave us their interest. So the challenge was we have about 45 autistic children. And the challenge was how do we select these children who could go ahead with the program. So we took almost 3 months to identify and select children who could participate in this project. That was a tough thing because most of our children are non-verbal. We have children in the age group of 2 to 14. So we were trying to experiment this with children above 5 years of age, basically who were 6, 7, 8, and 14 years of age. So out of 45 children, finally, with a lot of trial runs and observations, we could come down to 6. 6 children, identified them. And we did not announce it to the parents that we are starting this project of chess, because in my experience, the moment you announce it to the parents that we are commencing this kind of a project, they are so interested to know more, and the other 39 parents would say that why didn't you take my child for the project, he can do it. So they start putting pressure on us that why is their child not selected for the project and why are only 6 children selected. So before we could announce it to the parents, we did our own trials and runs. And then when we knew that, okay, these are the 6 children who could go ahead, we spoke to the parents that this is what we are trying at school. We do not know if this project or what we are trying with these children is a first time thing. So we will have to observe, and then we will know whether we can actually go ahead. So the project that we were trying to do here was chess as therapy. So a lot of these children do not have sitting tolerance. So for chess, the first thing that you need is for the child to come and sit at the table at least for 2 to 3 minutes. But in the children that we have show very less sitting tolerance of not more than 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So we had to select children with whom we have already done interventions and have at least a sitting tolerance of 9 to 10 minutes. So then came the chess coach who did not have any experience of handling autistic children. They knew what chess was and how to teach chess, but they did not know how to teach chess to autistic children. So that is where we came in, where our special educators who have worked with these children for more than 2 to 3 years, we actually worked as parents because we did not involve the parents at this stage. So the chess coach was had the demo board and was arranging everything, and the special educator was managing the child and giving tips to the chess coach on how she has to handle an autistic child. So these children need a lot of transition breaks. So when you start with them, if you put the demo board on the table, they do not start immediately. They will roam around. They will look. If there's a new person who comes in to teach something, there's a lot of resistance. They would say, wow, who are you? And what are you doing in my school? And what are you trying to teach me? So the rapport building took at least 3 to 4 weeks, where the child got comfortable with the chess coach. And then actually the next process started. But there were times when 2 of these chess coaches were so frustrated, they came to me and said, Ankita, this is not working. We are not able to teach anything and the children are not really learning. So then I told them that, look, keep chess aside for a while. Try a sensory activity with them where they're just painting a piece like a rook or a knight. You just give them a drawing, exactly like Ala said also, that you start with some sensory activity which is preparing them to play, to get acquainted with the concept of chess. So there were 2 children who were so good at drawing and painting that when they started with just drawing and painting for first few minutes, they were ready to accept chess as a class, and it worked beautifully. So she would arrange the crayons and the drawing that she wanted and the demo board on one side, not pressurizing that you go to the board immediately. And she gave choices. Okay, if you want to start with drawing, let's start with that. And then automatically she shifted them to play with the chessboard, and that's how the learning started. And after 3 months, they came back to me saying that now the children are responding and they have started working. Now in this process, the parents were constantly texting us saying that, how is my child doing with chess? So while we were working with chess as therapy, where the outcome was not going to be children learning chess as a game, but because of chess, they would improve on their attention, they would improve on their sitting tolerance. But the expectation of the parent was, when is my child going to start playing chess on a bigger level? And then we had to explain it to them that we are not teaching chess as a game to them. This is just an interventional strategy to see whether chess is working as a therapy for them. So it took a lot of time for us to convince the parents that, hold on, let us do our job. But parents, they're always expecting. And what happens is, with the children that come to our school, they do not go to a mainstream school because they cannot cope up with academics. So when they're not coping up with academics, the parents expect that if my child is not going to academics, maybe chess is something that would work for him, and let's try to make him an expert of chess. So they are always wanting that some extracurricular thing for their child, because the other things are not happening. So the pressure on us was always there. But by talking to them, by even like the homework sheets that were shown earlier, we started sending videos to them about what needs to be done at home, and show the children videos, have a demo board at home, and start practicing. So that's how helped. But we had to really convince the parents that, please do not expect miraculous results, that in 6 months your child is going to be participating in a chess tournament. So just take it slowly. And all of the parents were convinced. In fact, I had a meeting with one of the parents, And what he did, so some of the parents are so interested and keen that what he did was he Googled one Indian chess book author. He was a chess player as well. I would like to share that screen and show this book. I don't know if I can do it immediately. Oh, this is going to take time. But anyways, I will share it with Maria and she can share it. So what he did, it was so beautiful to know that he by himself looked for a chess book author, which this is a book on chess course. And he wrote to that author that I have an autistic boy and I want to teach chess to him at home. And would you help me? And he said, I have written, his book is available on Amazon. He said, I have definitely written a book which you should refer. And this parent started reading the book. He started learning chess by himself so he could use it for his child. So this is the kind of parent involvement. They will have expectations, a lot of expectations, but you also have to tell them what the child's capacity is. But yes, we've had both. Like there are parents who are very, very interested. And also the children are doing excellent. You give them transition breaks, you give them the sensory input, you take it according to their likes and dislikes. And the chess project at our school has worked wonders. Andrea also has visited our school and he has seen the children give a demo on the chessboard, and the FIDE people were really happy to see this. So this is what we've been doing. So yes, are there any questions?
Thank you very much, Dr. Ankita. We have one question in our chat about your interesting way of approaching the kids. Can you share as you work the children's selection, if you get it?
So how did we select the children?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yes, I mean this was a particular way of selection for chess classes, or you usually practice such selection for different classes you practice in your school?
No, so there was no specific format that we had. So what we did was we had, I think, 12 children. So we had to look at their cognitive ability and their ability to understand a game. So that is what the demo boards were given to everybody. But even before that, we checked if the child is really able to. So we had our own observations and assessment about that child, because of which we could tell that whether this child will actually be able to go ahead. But the main thing is the understanding, the comprehension, the cognitive ability, and the sitting tolerance. And if the sensory issues are at optimum, and which is not going to really hamper the progress. So these are the four main things that we looked at before we selected a child for this project.
And another question. Thank you for your experience, and I would like to know how many children learn to now play chess now, if any. Is there any challenging thing? Well, we will start this stage, hopefully, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I suggest us not to broke the timing at all. We will return to all the questions which we still have in the chat after the presentations of all speakers.
Thank you
very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Ankita. It's a very valuable experience, and thank you for sharing your practice. Yes, and another very often question which is asked is it possible, is it relevant to use digital tools while teaching chess to kids with autism spectrum? And this is a debatable question. I think that all of them we discussed today, but to have an look at this approach to chess studying, we invited our partner from Latvia, FIDE instructor and chess coach, Vestus Kapche. Vestus, are you here with us?
Yes, hello. I'm thrilled to see that project is reaching new heights, and I'm happy to be part of it for third year already. And I'm really happy to share my experience, and hopefully you will find it useful. So let me share my screen. One moment. So, and I will present my my thoughts on this matter. So 1 second. Yeah. So can you see my screen well? Is it visible? Great. Yes. So in today's modern age, children are introduced to computers, tablets, and other social devices and activities from early age. So as a trainer and educator, I think that we must adapt our teaching methods as well. And in my opinion, ASD students are not exception, but take it with a grain with salt, because we could treat this more like a case study. As I mentioned, we are already in the third year, and I know my students very well at the moment, already in this stage of project, because, well, we work together a lot, and I know their strongest suits and capabilities, so I can design lesson plan more precise and individually for their needs. Okay, so from my experience, as primarily working as after-school class trainer with the very diverse range of students from different age groups, backgrounds, and learning abilities, it's essential to employ efficient and effective teaching methods, and digital tools can really provide it. And I found them very successful, generally speaking, and also in this ASD context. And some general observations from my part in generally speaking, and then we will focus more specifically on ASD context. So digital tools can serve as a visual aid, because nowadays children are attracted to screens, to interactive presentations, interactive visual aids. So Smartboard works very well, and you could capture their attention much better than with a regular whiteboard examples, for example. Also, you could do a personalized learning, even with larger groups, because on digital devices you have very, very good applications where you could customize assignments tailored to each student level and pace. And efficient assessment. You could collect data for further analysis, and then accordingly improve your lesson plan in the process. Digital resources make lesson more dynamic and engaging. So, and it allows us efficient workstation method. And what I mean by that, you could group your lesson, group your participants to according working stations, and assign different tasks for each of those stations. And then you could mix it up during the lesson. That's why there is no waiting time, and I find it very efficient as well. Effective planning. So digital tools enables educators to plan lessons more efficiently by estimating task completion times and adapting to changing circumstances as well. So that was a general observation from my part here. It is more specific in our context. As I said, I work with my students for a long time already, and I have noticed that seemingly similar level of chess tasks are performed much better on digital devices, on screens, computers, tablets, you name it. For example, if you have a very basic task to find a route for a piece from point A to point B, there is a big difference if they do it on the paper, pen and paper, workbook, worksheet, or if they do it on the tablet. On the tablet is much better. So actually, I will take a few steps back. Here, this is basic exercise. On the right side, Roberts is doing basic exercise, overcoming obstacles to get to the star with the rook. And I remember in that same day, he struggled to do it on the worksheet, but here he managed it much better. Sometimes it's very fascinating. It's hard to explain. And Alex here is working with his mission card. I introduced this way of learning in this year. Basically, he's collecting hobby stamps and doing selected assignments in the app called the Chessmatic, and also we can see he's pretty happy about it. On the left side, Jonis is actually participating in a lead chess tournament. We hosted a group tournament just last week. It was a big success. And in the meanwhile, he was a bit phased out in the waiting time before the game. So he even managed to do a filler activity on the computer. He was doing a mini game on computer. So he was essentially multitasking. So back to the next. Yeah, and as we observed, students already have strong digital skills from their daily life. So it tells that they use computer and then tablets regularly in home environment, in classroom probably. And so it only makes sense for me to foster this ability also in a chess setting. Consistency is very important. We eliminate the need to change seating arrangements because they are accustomed to their seat, and it's better to not switch up environment. And maybe this is the new, because opportunity to participate in chess competitions. As I mentioned, we just had a lead chess tournament last week. Once again, while our project in Latvia progressed in its natural pace, I discovered that almost all of them, 3 of the 4, are very competitive. And it was a big surprise for me, because the first impression was that they were very shy, anxious, and timid. But then I started to notice those competitive traits. And now I see they want to compete. They want to prove themselves. We already had a group regular tournament, and then we had also this digital tournament. But unfortunately, their social interactions wouldn't be accepted in a regular environment, so they are not. For most of them, it's not possible to compete in a regular scholastic tournaments. So this is a very welcome alternative. Also, technical error-free gameplay, because when we play on the board, it's very long process to teach them all chess rules. We do it with mini games, and then we rehearse it again and again. But there are some good apps where you can do it with the built-in help. For example, there are no illegal moves, and there are also some particular apps where there are move suggestions, and they can pick and choose, and so they could play, we could say, a full chess game, even while they are not still 100% on the board about the chess specifics and rules. And also it could be a calming effect, because when some of them doesn't feel so well or are stressed out, they are allowed to play their favorite game, and we noticed that it calms them down. So that is also important. Routine and consistency. So it goes hand in hand with the previous point about not changing seats, because digital tools provides a structured routine with opportunity to repeat or revise tasks. So we could make it as repetitive as we want, basically, from one lesson to another lesson. And some of them are really into aesthetics. They appreciate a beautiful layout, chess.com interface, all those interactive games. They are really curious about the details, and in the meanwhile, they are also learning chess. So here are some examples about lesson structures with the inclusion of digital tools. So first one would be a balanced lesson structure. First 25% of the time of the lesson time we dedicate to some topic, some new introduction of topic according to level. And then 50% of the time they play practical game on the board, most likely in this context. Mini games, simultaneous play against me as a coach, and at the end they have 25% tablet-based exercises. So this was a balanced approach. Then we have a play-oriented lesson structure. At the beginning, 75% work is done on a board. They play classical chess mini games or simul exhibition, and at the end they do 25% practical tasks. Practical tasks on devices, I mean, and if they are exhausted, they could also have a free time. But I tend to push them harder to do even more practical tasks, according to their ability, of course. And practice-oriented lesson structure. Brief activity on the chessboard, 25%, and the remaining time is comprehensive job on the devices. Let's say test or large volume of team tasks according to the level. So about workstation-based learning, as I mentioned before, I find this approach very effective, efficient. You don't even have to equip the whole the whole classroom with tablets. You can get by one tablet, 1 to 4, let's say. And what I mean by that, let's look at example 1. For example, we have 4 workstations. On one workstation, I play with the student. On workstation B, other student is doing 20 simple tasks on the tablet, let's say capture piece or find the defense resource. On the station C, there is workbook activities, and station D contains computer or smartboard exercises. Those tasks are there are big difference in let's say mental requirement for to accomplish them for students. As I mentioned, they struggle with workbooks, so that would be the higher intensity activity. So I would arrange the classroom accordingly. I would have a game with my student next to the station C, where I could assist a particular student who is doing a workbook activities. However, section B and section D, they are already familiar with this type of task, and they can do it almost independently or with assistant guidance. And yeah, example 2, I won't go into much detail because I still need to cover other topics, so we will move on. But you could, of course, experiment, find your optimal solution. So there are plenty of useful tools out there. It's hard to pick the best, but I could probably spend an hour or more talking about them. But here are the most essential things in my experience. Multi-platform chess learning tools, maybe they are the best because you can do them. You can use them on Android, iOS, or a web-based solution. So there is a learned chess king. We do puzzles there. Very clean interface, very convenient for me to see their statistics. If I want to follow exactly how they are doing, this is the best. Leeches, very valuable as well, open sourced and free. You can organize tournaments here, create clubs for your lessons. Chess.com, they mostly like to play against bots. We had a Christmas season fight against thematic Christmas bots. We had a Halloween themed season. That was one of the best lessons for them, at least from the fun perspective. And Chessmatic, also very interactive. You could use it on Android, iOS, and web-based. I am also a step tutor. From some of you are maybe familiar with this steps method. So I use step method in my lessons, and I'm very happy that there is this chess tutor. It's a digital version. I showed you the picture with Ionis doing mini games. He was doing mini games on this chess steps tutor. So it is also recommended. As I assume, many of you who will join are also trainers, so some of you might already have a chess base. It's a good tool to have on computer, but it's optional. For ASD, it's a good tool because you could customize a chessboard with the colors, and then you could customize the size of coordinates for them to see better. But it's not so essential as others. So we have a Chess Universe, very good Android app. We will get there in a moment. I will explain in detail. Play Magnus, as I said, they are very competitive, and also this personalized play against Magnus Carlsen in different ages. Somehow they have different reaction. For example, when I put on the Leeches bots, when they play Magnus, they have this thrill of winning. They have this competitive spark. And I mentioned there is app that helps them to calm down. It is Magnus Kingdom, also very visually pleasant and interactive. So they love this a lot. So here is a Chess King Learn. Maybe if we speak about tablets, maybe the most important application in my work. I like it for the clear interface, very straightforward program, being the leader in the market for many years. So the benefits is it's easy for them to use, and it's easy for me to see their statistics. Basically, this is on the left side, they solve puzzle, and if I click this button, I can see their statistics. So it's very easy to see how they are doing. So green means perfect score without error. Yellow means one mistake and then correct answer. Red means two mistakes. And gray means that they haven't done this exercise yet. And you could see percentage. And if you want, you could take a print screen and let's say create statistics for this to compare students. Mostly not between each other, but to compare how they are doing, let's say, in the first stage and at the end of the first stage and so on, to see if they are making some progress. Then we have this Chess Universe, and I like this ability the best. Pick and choose. You have offer of 3 moves. All of them are decent, but one is clearly better than other. So this, as I say, is like a training wheels. When you learn to ride a bike, maybe better to have a training wheels to accompany you. So here, again, they could play it against the bot. They could play it between themselves. And it's very helpful to give them opportunity to choose. And usually they choose well. Yes, so as I said, we concluded this tournament. All of them participated. All of them were really engaged, very focused. I had doubts about it because I thought it might be too intense for them. due to shortened attention span. But to my surprise, it was like you see this picture on the left side. It was the whole lesson time. They were really engaged, and they said that they want to compete next time as well. Roberts finished second. He asked me when will be next tournament, that he wants to be first next time. And on that note, it's important to know your students if you want them to compete, because we had an episode where Roberts was playing against Dennis, and he was very, very upset. And with assistant, we thought maybe it's better for him to not participate anymore. But then we realized that it comes and goes. It looks worse than it is. He could compose himself after 1 or 2 minutes, and then he is fine again, and he wants to play. But you should consult assistant in this matter. Is it harmful for him to compete, or is it just let's say facade, or maybe it's really causing him a stress, and then in that case he wouldn't compete at all. At least that would be my impression. And technical requirements, fortunately for us, chess apps don't require powerful devices. Most will work on budget tablets and average computers. I use Samsung Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. It's entry-level tablet. Price is about 100, maybe 120 euros and dollars, I assume. But you could even do cheaper versions, but you should of course investigate. When I started out, I was on the budget. Not when I started the FIDE Infinite project leg in Latvia, but even more years ago. I got tablets from Amazon, Amazon Kindle, for 30 euros on Black Friday. And it comes without Android, but you could tinker around. You could find ways to put Android on this device, and it worked for me for several years. So theoretically, you could even equip your classroom with tablets for 30 euros or dollars. But bear in mind, better investigate it on your own. Maybe nowadays it's not so. It's not possible anymore to do it, but. The takeaway is it's not so expensive. Projectors are very useful, but smartboards, in my opinion, offer completely new possibilities because kids really enjoy interactive tasks. So you could start small and gradually improve, both by acquiring the devices and also by introducing the digital activities. You could test it for one lesson. Don't spend a lot of time with it, and then just see how it goes. Is it better than before, or maybe it will cause stress for some students. For our students, they don't have problem with it because they are used to using those tools at the home, as I mentioned, and in the school probably. But each case is individual, so please do your own research. Yeah, and then the closing words would be that digital tools have revolutionized the way we teach, offering numerous benefits for students of all abilities, including ASD students, in my opinion. In particular, digital tools have proven to be successful in my practice. And it provides structural, engaging, and personalized learning environment. The digital tools can empower students with ASD to reach their full potential. So thank you for your attention, and that would be it from me.
Thank you very much, Vesters. It was very exciting to know something new about digital tools for kids with autism. And I kindly ask you to share the list of these tools, applications, which you mentioned in the end of your presentation to our chat, so the participants could just take a look earlier than we'll receive the presentations from all of you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And to summarize all that we've heard today, and we already heard some examples of experience starting the Infinite Chess project, but To have the better understanding on how it worked using all these mentioned pros and cons, I invite to join us Budhi Nirukshi, our partner from United Kingdom. She's an international arbiter and FIDE instructor and the teacher in Russian Middle Primary Academy. She will share with us her in-field feedback on participation in the Infinite Chess project. And after that, we will have a question-answer section, so stay tuned.
Hi,
Budhi,
everyone.
please.
I hope it's
Hi.
audible.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
start sharing presentation.
Thank you.
Hope you can see my screen. Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right. So let me start. So I think I don't want to give an introduction about myself. With the limited time, I'm going to just share with my experience with the FIDE Infinite Chess project during working with the school. So for the start, I have lined up my presentation into few topics. So I start with introduction. I had the privilege to start this one in January, and I work for 2 stages with these students. And I work as a teacher in Russian Middle Primary Academy and also engage with their individual lesson plans and learning plans and interventions. So I had a very good chance of understanding students when selecting the group. So I have a good experience with working with year 5 and 6, which means key stage 2. I selected with the help of the school 4 students at the initially, but with the transition for 1 students, I have to work with 3 students till the project finish. So basically, my aim was to develop their cognition skills and strategy thinking, and also especially the social interaction, which they have very lack working with the children inside their classroom even. So I have shared some of the pictures with my own experience. And when starting with how I enjoyed and the children enjoyed and what fulfilled for both of the parties. So when starting with I have bring out the point forms, but I will I will give you more interaction, more describe more into each point. So when working with this project, it was very immensely and enjoyable and fulfilling because the children enthusiasm day by day when they're coming into the classrooms and when I see their likeness for for the playing chess, it makes me even more into game of chess. And also they had very unique perspectives and they have very unique because I had lots of experience with these children with their interaction into the game. And also watching them with new concepts, how they're grasping the new concepts when I'm teaching them, when I'm sharing them. So it made me even particularly more rewarding. And also their intellectual growth, which means like bringing them more confidence into the game, even by losing how they can be in the game and how they can share their win and lose with the other partner. So that made me more into the game. And also the past experience with the project 1, I brought up most of the experience which I faced the challenges into the second project by reducing and just try to overcome most of the things. So in that point, so I approach each session with increased more confidence and clear understanding on what worked best for them to engage in the lesson or the session. So the children enthusiasm for learning chess, it remained more like witnessing their progress by work, especially when their interaction, building up their confidence, and when they're sharing the things, the communication skill, it brings more into their progress. And moving for the next slide. So with the time limit, I'm trying to drag a little bit quicker. And the challenges here, I pinpoint 3 of the main challenges, key challenges I face. The first one is the communication difficulties. So most of the time, when at the beginning of the stage, I face all these challenges. It brings me like a challenge. But for the second session, I will tell how I reduced or I was able to overcome these challenges with my own experience. So like on the first session, as I faced with this communication difficulty, the children sometimes found it challenge to articulate their thoughts and to tell it to me or to bring out there whether they understood the instructions properly and whether they required innovative communication method. So in the second stage, I was able to employed more clear and more structured communication methods, like breaking the instructions into smaller steps. And I use most of the visual aids and also incorporate interactive questioning to ensure whether they understood what I have taught them or the thing which I was trying to share with them before moving into the next step. So this made me more helpful in my second stage. For the second challenge, the maintaining focus. So keeping the children engaged for an extended period of the time given for me was occasionally difficult, because especially when they encountered, sometimes they brought up most of the questions from the house, sometimes from the morning. So the frustration, or when they become bored, even within their classroom, when they are coming to my session, this made me more challenging to keep them focusing. So what I just tried, I addressed this by incorporating more interactive activities, like innovative way, animated sessions, or bringing them I started each session in a different way in each session. That's the thing that I just tried to keep them maintaining focus, because they know that I was trying to give them a new thing at the beginning of the session. And the third one is the sensory sensitiveness. So some of the children displayed sensitiveness to environment stimuli. The first one, the biggest experience that I faced with the fire drilling. So it happened like at once. Even it made me a big experience how I just have to take them out of the classroom, because it was an unpredictable thing. So the fire drilling was the main experience that I experienced. And such as noises and lightning. Also, sometimes they face with difficult, like high noises and lightning. So this interrupted and disrupted their concentration. But by understanding the sensory needs of each child and observing them, I was trying to bring up a good learning environmental and more accommodating them into this session. So these are the few things I use fidget toys. I use a calm corner. When they feel more frustration, I ask them to go and just make a little bit of time. I kept their like coloring sheets when they wanted to share these things. So these are the sensory sensitiveness things that I use. And moving for the next one, I was able to bring up 3 behavioral observed patterns, which they really wanted, and keeping them me into project. Like the one child always really loved to work for a routine. So here he really loved the routine. So here he always expected me to go for the same routine in each session. So that made me understanding a clear expectation and was able to reassure. The child found reassure and focus into the session. And the third one, another child was very varied interaction style. You can see him, the child in this picture. So he always used variety of different styles. Sometimes he really wanted to play, and sometimes he doesn't want to even to learn for the session. So I use unique way of interacting him with the session. And the third one is repetitive behaviors. I found this one and I recognized, and I was able to make them a comfort zone with the repetitive actions. And also this made me more comfort them as well and during my session. And the next slide is, I think I'm done. Yes. The next one is the strategies that I was able to employ. You can see some of the examples that I have given. So the visual aids, one of the main thing. I was really started working when I got to know that I was going to work with this project. I was very much more interested in this when I started working on printing the visual aids, laminating them, making a corner, and I use most of the pictures by my hand, even drawing. So I use different style of visual aids for them to even to keep on their table. So I use different type of visual aids, and the second one is interactive learning methods, like make them more interesting. As I said, each session, I thought of bringing them a new thing, sometimes a puzzle. If they can bring it the answer, I used to give them rewards at the beginning. So they really wanted to be in the classroom. And the third one is simplified instructions, breaking the rules, and manageable steps, simple language, clear instructions. These are the things. And the positive reinforcements like praising them, rewarding, and making them confident, more independent, and motivating. And the last one is the flexible approach, which means I personalized the sessions and I was able to understand each of their uniqueness and what they really wanted. And I was able to bring their individual small lesson plan for each session. So my sessions work on for individual lesson plans for all these 3 children. And the school support was very helpful for me to be honest. So I had a specific classroom as mentioned in the early, so which made me very understanding to make my each corner the visual aids where I have to keep the table, which corner I have to give for the comfort zone for the child. So this made me more comfortable, and the school provided me a very good resources like essential tools and resources, chess sets. Sometimes one child required an armed chair, so he really wanted to sit on that chair. So it was specifically in that room for that special child. And the tables also, sometimes the height, they were able to give them at the beginning to the end, even right now, still in the classroom. So for me, the school was very supportive, and the teacher was also very helpful at each session. And moving for the final slide. So these are some of the things which I able to understand. Which I was able to understand and think this can be considered for future consideration for any partner who would like to. And I think individual learning plans will help for each child for unique need for their future enhancing for learning outcomes. And the sensory accommodative environment or a friendly environment for them to for their sessions or for their game. And increased use of technology as mentioned in the early presentation. I have tried this one only once with one child, but I would like to try for the next session. So regular breaks where I have to, one child always required a regular break for frequent break when he really in the classroom. And the parent involvement was very supportive with all these 3 children. And also it helped me for them to bring the chess into house, even to play with their brothers or sisters. Sometimes they used to play with their fathers, and then next morning they come out, hey miss, I come up with this session. So it was very, in the morning when I hear these things, it was made me even the day more comfort. So these are the parent involvement which helped me really with this project. So the success story. So I finished this group by year 6 this year, and this you can hear this one if the voice. Hello, I am Tyler, member of the Chess Club. This last couple of months, Chess Club has been really fun, and I hope when I go into high school, I have a lot more chess friends. So this is one of the success story. Actually, even I taught most of the things in the classroom, when they have a free time, even outside, the school made them an inside classroom for them to play chess. Even I used to keep 3 chess boards for year 6 2 classrooms and year 5 2 classrooms for them to use when they have a free time. So they have a specific another table out of their classroom, whether they can play with the other students while they have free time in the classroom. So especially when they have wet play, they used to take their chessboard and start playing. Even I have to bring more chessboards for the next time for the school. So he was able to be the shining star of the year award, and he was able to show all his requirements in the individual lesson plan, his social interaction, and the communication skills. He have to bring this speech and language therapist, everybody in his individual lesson plan was able to recommend he's a very good and he's a shining star of the year. So this was my one of the success story. And thank you for listening me with the limited time given for me, and have a wonderful day, and finish my presentation with the last slide. So autism is not a disability, as you know, it's a differently ability, which I always think they have an ability in a different way. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Thank you very much for this inspiring and very, motivational presentation. We know what to do in future and how to consider future arrangements. Well, we have all the speakers for today, and I want to thank you all as the speakers and the participants for being an incredible part of today's session, but we're not done. Don't leave us so soon. We have an amazing questions and answers section, of course. I hope that we did our best to cover all those very, very often asked and crucial moments while not just preparing to the project, but to teaching chess to kids with autism. But maybe some of you have additional questions. Maybe you've just great interest in any particular presentation for the moment. Until you are thinking of it, I will try to share those videos which mentioned Dr. Ankita in her presentation. And we'll have a brief discussion of that. And if you have some questions, be free to put it in chat or just raise your hand. Let me try to manage the videos. Do you have sound? You don't have sound of the video?
I can't hear, Maria. There is no sound.
Okay, sound is crucial, right, Dr. Ankita?
That is, the teacher's instructions are interesting.
Okay. Let me. Nothing? No? No.
No, we can't hear still.
Okay. Okay. While I'm trying to find the sound, we have one request from our amazing technical assistant, Yilmaz. Could you please turn on your cameras and we will have an amazing picture of all of us presenting today. And meanwhile, I will try to.
Okay, I am waiting for turning on the cameras, and I will count down from 3, and I will take a picture. And I'm waiting still for turning on the cameras. Okay, last call, turning on your cameras. I will take a picture for podcasting on FIDE web page. And there are many people who didn't turn on their cameras, but maybe they are not appropriate to do it. And I'm counting right now, and I will take the picture. And 3, 2, 1, 0. One more, please. 3, 2.
We need to say cheers.
Yes, we need to say cheers. 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you for your patience. It is okay right now, and I took these pictures very well. And it is your turn, Maria. Maria, you are on mute right now. We can't hear you.
Maria, if there's no audio, I can speak for the video.
Dr. Ankita, maybe I can just turn it on and you can comment on it without sound.
Maria,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
send the video to me, I can share it with voice. Or you should close your screen share and you should start again and you should choose the share the voice option.
Yeah, I was trying to. Let me send it to you and we will enjoy the videos, okay? Just in 1 minute. While I'm sharing, yes, while I'm sharing the video and we will look at in 3 minutes, I think. I'm encouraging you. I heard today that many of you had events, someone participated in tournaments, someone had amazing events in their schools, and achievements of each child who are in the project or who are just doing chess. So please be free, always send us any news you have on your successes, on your challenges. Maybe you have some questions because as Anastasia mentioned, we are about to start our social media. And you know that content is everything for us and the main basis for that. So you are welcome to share any news, even if you think it is minor. There is nothing minor for us. So each move matters and each news a sensation for our story. Okay. Yilmaz, you have it?
Yes, I am downloading it and I will start soon.
Okay. Maybe Dr. Ankita, you can just comment a bit about what we are going to watch.
Yes, so this is a 7-year-old autistic boy. They are twins. Both of them are autistic, and they have a very strong mind of their own. They have very limited speech, and they have a very, very extraordinary brain. So when they have such a strong mind of their own, it is really difficult to teach because they want their own way to learn. So while trying to make them sit on a chair, it was not working. He always preferred to sit on the table. So when we actually allowed him to sit on the table the way he wants, he actually started progressing really well. So you have to really observe these children very minutely and give them the environment that they need to learn, even if it is sitting the way they want on a table. And you can watch. It was just, I think, a matter of couple of weeks that he was able to capture the rook the way the chess coach just probably showed him once, and he was able to follow the pattern so well.
Okay, Yilmaz, are we ready?
Not yet. it will
Okay.
become.
Okay. And I have a question in the chat. In the meantime, news about events related to the Infinite program, even if I'm not part of the program. Well, yes, as was mentioned by Andre Vochtlin, we are planning to have an offline chat conference in Abu Dhabi in February. I'm not sure about if we have a recording of this, but the event which you still can join is the big conference planned in frames of International Autism Awareness Day, which is usually mentioned on 2nd of April. And we will do something very interesting and such as insightful as we had today in April. So all the events and news which we are planning, we publish at our website. So just take a look there from time to time and you will be in touch with us. I see that we are ready, right?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm starting.
Keep this aside. Very good. Very good, Ajay. Keep it here. Keep it. Yes. Can you try and capture this? So if you move the bishop here and then here, capture that. Correct. Very good. Keep it here. Yes. Perfect. Keep it here. Yes. Keep the bishop here. Now how will you capture this? Good job. One more time. One more time. Okay, how about this? So you show me.
Games.
This is camera.
Games, chess.
You want a game? You want a game? You want to play game of chess? Rook, start from here. Now what? Good job. Okay, Ajay, continue. How does the rook move? It moves straight and sleeping, right? No. You can't move the pawn. You have to move this. No. This stays here. You have to move this. Correct. Good job. No. Keep it here. Move this rook. No, you can't move the pawn. You can't move the pawn. You have to move the rook. Move the rook. Straight. Convenience from it. Okay, last two to go. Very nice. Okay. Yay! Good job. With the bishop, how will you capture this? Cross. Good job. Okay, what about this? What about this? Cross. What about this? Is that a rook? It's not a rook. Keep it here. Cross. Yes. Good job. What about this? Very nice. What about this one? Keep your bishop here. How will you capture this? Very nice. What about this one? Okay, now this one.
Getting closer.
Okay, we'll do the same with the rook now. Okay, rook. And how will you capture this pawn? This is a rook. Is this a rook? How does the rook move? It moves sleeping and straight. Is that a bishop? Rook. Sleeping straight. That's not a bishop. Riyansh, what piece is that? What is the name? What is this? It's a rook. How many points does the rook have? 5 points. Rook moves. Can you check here? Is there anything we can capture? Yes, correct. Now you got it. Now what about this? This is the last one. Do it properly. Riyansh, is this a bishop? This is a rook. How does the rook move? Straight. Okay, fine.
Okay, I think this is the last video, right?
Yes, it was the last one.
Mm-hmm. And let me share the screen just to to show you the book Dr. Ankita mentioned. You can make a print screen of it and to use it in your sessions. I will also add it, I think, the news about the seminar at our website. If you're interested in that, you can always contact us and I will send you additional materials we mentioned today. Okay. Everyone got it? Good. Good. We have a lot of messages in our chat, but these are thank you. And I'm very, very grateful to you all for finding time, for joining us and for the support which you send us every year. We are exploring the project, and I hope that it was motivational for you to start if you are not with us yet. And I'm sure that it was enriching for those who are already in the topic. And I wish you all best part of the day you are in now, because we are all around the world. And see you soon at our new events. Everything that we've had today, I see the emails and the chats, everything will be sent to you. Don't worry if you had no time to screenshot something. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye.